My property. You can't touch. The last time we saw the narrow gauge engine, Duncan was in a doozy. He crashed into Sir Handel, and both of them ended up hurt. The Fat Controller was cross because Duncan had only caused mischief. But this incident wasn't all Duncan's fault. It was inconvenient that his brakes gave in. The Fat Controller spoke up. Duncan! Now what happened here? Exclaimed the Fat Controller. Well, sir, he began, but he was cut off by the Fat Controller. Duncan! That was a perfect set of point! He had said, and he walked away, still very cross at Duncan. So the workmen had worked hard to get them separated. By the next week, things were still the same. As Duncan reversed back into his shed, Scarlet pitched in. Why are you looking so sad? He questioned. It's that Fat Controller. He's always on my case. Like there was nothing I could have done about my brakes. And if I had used those points, I would have derailed. Meaning it wasn't my fault, he argued. Well, Scarlet moaned. I remember when the Fat Controller would be mad at me for things that weren't my fault. And I bet you that if you asked every engine on the island, they'd have an answer to that. Scarlet watched as Gordon rushed by with the express proudly. I bet you even Gordon has had a time like this with the Fat Controller. But Duncan could only digress. The next morning, the Fat Controller arrived. He walked up to Duncan crossly. Duncan, I need you to take a passenger train at 8, which is in an hour. So get your pistons all stretched out so you can take the train without strain and get hurt, he said with a grin. Duncan suspiciously looked into the Fat Controller's eyes. Something had seemed wrong, but he ran off as soon as he could. At Craven's Gate, the clock had struck 5. And then Duncan creaked into the station. Duncan thought everything was well when he saw the Fat Controller standing tall on the platform. Duncan, you're right on time, conveniently enough, he said. You need to pick up some slat trucks, full of slat. I don't want to, sir, said Duncan with a sulk. I'd rather not. Fine then, meet me at the Craven's Gate shed. We are going to talk, said the Fat Controller. I'd also rather not. I'm looking forward to resting. And he steamed away angrily. The Fat Controller wasn't going to take his attitude of this nicely. The clock struck 7. And that's when the Fat Controller arrived. He wasn't happy with Duncan at all. Duncan, what do you love the most about yourself? Said the Fat Controller. What part of your body? He stared at his funnel. I would have to say my funnel, sir. And definitely not this annoying wobbly wheel he commissioned. Well, you know what? Don't expect to have it tomorrow, he said. My property you can't touch, he argued, and neither can anyone else. You hear me? We'll see about that. We'll see. Roll the credits.
A Thomas the Tank Engine Fan Production.